Dorothy. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah,
And you?
I'm good. Now, we were here at the ceremony, naming ceremony, and you are 85 years old, and all these years you've stayed in the States without stepping your foot in Africa. What does this mean as an 85-year-old woman?
It's what it really means is I'm just in awe right
Yeah,
now
yeah,
of everything I've seen and heard and how they're really getting together and making this happen. You know, this was a surprise trip for me. I did not plan it, so I didn't look into it. But right now, I'm so happy to
yeah.
have sat among kings and queens and or everybody that's sitting here. I understand my mother's family was from DeLoyne,
Sierra
Sierra
Leone?
DeLoyne, some of her ancestors.
Okay.
And I'm just amazed. And I think with the way the organization is going, they can really build and we will really move forward
Yeah,
as a family.
yes, yes. And you came with your son?
Yeah, my son gave me the trip.
So you surprised her.
Yes, he
Yes.
surprised me.
That was really good.
It was a surprise
So-
for my wife and I. That's those.
So for you to start that, what was that process of just thinking that your mom deserves this?
It was a dream of mine to come back to the motherland.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my wife, Dr. Beth Roach, and her mother about it. And my mother was sort of afraid and scared at first, but we slowly talked to her about it. And she finally came around after she spoke to quite a few people and said, yes, I want to come. So that was very happy for her and for me and my wife so that her mother, and all of us can enjoy this here time together, coming back home to Mother Africa.
Did you have a conversation with your children?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, they did. They were very excited. They say, go and enjoy yourself, take pictures. And, when they found out that we were having a naming ceremony, they were very excited. And they can't wait till we get back home so they find out some history.
So I know he's saying that you were scared, right, to come here?
Of the flight.
Yeah, of the flight?
Like,
Or were you scared
that's
of?
the long? They told me it was a long flight.
Oh, okay,
And,
okay.
I was a little nervous after last year, but I got over it.
Yeah,
I prayed and I got over it.
yeah, but you've always
I
wanted.
to come to Africa. but
Yes.
That was before the pandemic. I'll be honest with you. After that, I got a little nervous, but I'm here. That's the main thing. I made it here.
Yeah.
And I am very, very happy.
Now these are two generations here, right?
Yes, yes.
And but how significant is this for you, especially you as your mom is here?
It's very significant because, as I said before, I really wanted my mother to come and that she can know where her great ancestors all came from, and she can share it with the family when we have family reunions and just be proud of it. So it's very, very exciting.
So after 85 years, you got an African name. What's your name?
Yes, I'm just sorry my mother didn't live to see
To
this.
see this.
She died at 102, but her ancestors came from here, this area. And right now, my mother's children is over 500 of us. She was the last of 22 kids.
Wow.
And it's a lot of us that I'm sure would love to come over here and see what's going on, because the children, they're not taught this in school. If someone doesn't teach you, you will never know. And with me seeing it for the first time, I've heard it, your words cannot express how I feel right now, knowing that I've come such a long distance and seeing so much happening. I don't know, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed. This is a beautiful experience, especially being a surprise and all.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And my son and his lovely wife, they seem to it that I got here today.
You got here. What are some of the experiences that you have encountered while you're here?
While I was here, Well, just we were just driving around, and we went to dinner, and in different we went shopping, and it was amazing because you watch African movies when you're in the States, but it's nothing like here. You really have to come to see
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Yes.
I mean, it's not one step up, it's 10 steps up. And people don't see that. And, we are programmed to just accept what we see. But sometimes you have to step out. And once you step out and you take that step and you look forward, you might not know where you're going, but when you get there, you'll know where you're at.
Yes. Yes. And she's a lovely wife. She's here.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah, she's the lovely wife too.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's fine. Your name?
My name is Dr. Beth Roach.
Yeah, Dr. Bertrand.
I
So,
also brought my mom.
oh, you brought your mom
They're
too.
roommates on
Oh,
this trip.
okay, but she's not here, so we wish she could have been here. But what was that? I'll ask you the same question. What was that process when you and your husband started the Little Secret?
We had to gently approach the topic because, like she said, everyone in the States has a very swayed view.
Yeah.
We're taught very little, and what is taught is seriously inaccurate.
Yeah.
But he's a good sport because I started looking at things on television and YouTube and researching, and I slowly started giving him the idea. And we like to travel, and this is on my bucket list. And the pandemic, like you said, threw us off a little bit.
Yes.
But I got permission from my job to go on this trip, and I did not look back. So we have to get there.
One last question. Thank you. ADDI.
Yes.
What is this about ADDI that you now see that the ADDI
You're
has
gonna make me
done?
start crying.
Oh. Take your time.
It makes you feel wanted. Like you have somewhere to go where people are welcoming you. Whereas at home, no matter how many degrees you have, there's always someone reminding you that you might be stepping a little bit outside of the boundaries that we put in place. So it's just, you're always walking a tightrope to try to fit in with people, your peers and everything. But it's just such a nice change to have someone actually invite you. And when you get here, everyone, it feels like family. And my family is from the South, and we invite people in just like that. But it's rare to get that back. So I'm thankful that we were able to get here, and we've been having a nice time. And everyone's great, and we've been safe. And I'm not looking forward to going home.
Thank you so much, Doc, and thank you, Danielle, and thank you, Dorothy,
Thank
as
you.
well. And you're welcome to Africa.
Thank you. I feel like this is my home.
Yes.
I know this is my home. This is my connection to my mom. And it's so emotional, but it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. It's hard to explain. And I didn't get a chance to write notes and say I'm going to talk about this because I didn't know I was coming. But once you get here, you are home.
Yes.
The feeling is home. The people, my brothers and sisters, they just treat you like you never left.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful feeling.
Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We have African genes, right?
Yes.
And it's really great because you were talking about your mother who was 102 years old. She lived up to 102, and you're 85, and you still look very young.
Thank you.
And you still look very young. And people say that black people don't grow old and all that. And sometimes even white people, they can be 85, you can be 85, but they look like they're 104 and stuff like that. How does that feel now that you've connected yourself to where you came from and you see that this is the DNA? That how can you explain that, Doc? Maybe you can explain to us?
How does it feel? I do have an experience like that also with my grandmother. When she was actually in the hospital. She was in her 80s, and she was actually dying. And there were several nurses, I guess they were talking to each other, and they would come and peek in the room. They kept saying, she doesn't have any wrinkles. And they would ask, like, what do you eat? And things like that. So it feels good. I'm a grandma, but, you know, I'm glad to feel healthy and be able to do some fun things with our grandkids, and I can't wait to bring more family here. But it feels good to know that we got a little more time, because we got here kind of late, so we're going to stay healthy enough to enjoy.
Yeah, and I think what I've seen also in America or in North America is we have the same kind of food. We've kept that tradition of food, even if it's 400, 500 years. We've kept some tradition of food, and it's amazing, amazing. I think that's you've seen that, right? Like the food you've been cooking is.
You know, but my mother was 102. She never bought water. She always boiled her water. And she knew all of her children up until she was almost 100 years old. Her original children, the great-grands, she didn't know all of them. And she always said, take a little bit of good food instead of a whole lot of bad food, and you will live longer and be healthier.
Yes.
And don't worry about what anybody thinks. You know, and we took a lot of... we have what you call a mama's pantry, where we put all our little sayings in it.
Yes.
And we tell the younger generation, just go in there and take one of those bottles out if you see something that you need to talk about. She was a very wise woman.
Yes.
Very wise. Everybody loved her. When she was in the hospital, about 2 weeks before she died, the doctor asked me, where did she find the fountain of youth?
Yeah.
Where did you find? With her age, all she took was vitamins. No high blood pressure, no cholesterol, because she ate right.
Yeah.
And she always says, just eat right and take care of yourself. And then you will make it. You know, and she used to talk to us all the time. We miss her still, and it's been about, 15 years?
Yes.
It's like it was last year.
Yes.
She was strong. She believed in her culture. She believed in us. And everybody's child stayed in my mother's house. When she cooked, they come knock on the floor, the door, no matter what nationality they were. Miss Brown, do you have any more of those grits and cheese?
Yes.
I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
And they would come and eat. If the parents looked for them, they were sitting in my mother's kitchen. And she was talking to them, you know? And to this day, at the age of 90-something, the young couples used to come from church on Sunday to take her to dinner or to take her to breakfast, because she would talk to them. She didn't talk at them. And when she passed, I remember the mother of the church says she was the only mother that could discipline a child and they didn't get upset, because she explained why she was doing it.
That's
and
great.
She loved her family.
Yeah.
She loved her family. And I guess that's why I'm like I am. I love my family.
Yeah. No,
I'm home now.
Yeah, yeah. No, the welcome home once again, and that's very important for us, the African culture, to keep, to look after our seniors, because they are our wisdom keepers.
Yes.
And what you're explaining, she was a wisdom keeper, and you've carried that, and that's really great.
Torch.
So thank you.
And thank you.